Hello everyone, my name is Kseniya Margunskaya and I'm your safe guide in Minsk and Belarus. And today we are going to explore something really incredible. We're going to travel back in time and jump into the childhood discovery. Has this girl lost her mind somewhere? You can say no, no and no. I'm serious. Today we are going to Minsk Childhood Museum. Get ready and go! Seriously, do you remember what was your favorite song in childhood, which you used to hum tightly falling asleep in bed? Do you remember what its name was? No? But how often today do you walk in streets with no shoes under the rain? Or how often you do slide down the handrail of a nearby staircase? Or perhaps you do tease a passerby cat sometimes? No? Can't remember? Then let's do it together today. Let us forget about all good manners, about all the tunes and math, and just dive into pleasant, responsibility-free memories. Welcome to Minsk Childhood Museum. Ta-da! The history of the museum counts just a few years, but it already has over 450 toys and dolls collected from all over the world, some of which date back to the 17th century. All toys live in separate showrooms, according to their history, epoch, the country of origin and function. And now, we are getting upstairs, the Clowns Gallery, which meets us with an American copy of Charlie Chaplin, Italian Pinocchio and Arlecchino, the images of Italian comedy dell'arte, French mimes and English clowns, and certainly Belarusian Skamarok, which is traditional national clown whose name is Petrushka. Initially, the clowns were used to fancy people in streets and at squares, where medieval artists mapped out and parodied social problems in public. Actually, it was a certain prototype of today's theatre. It's interesting to note that each nation endowed their first dolls with supernatural power. Thus, in Japan, puppetry is regarded to be an art, while in India, secret family puppetry skills used to be inherited through generations. And now, I invite you to the room of the world, where ancient dolls from all over the globe will unveil for you their legends. The legend says that in ancient Greece, ladies, since their infancy, had been given such dolls as a gift. The doll was very fragile, and if a young beauty had managed to take care of the doll good for many years, then it symbolized that she was responsible enough to be engaged. After the engagement, ladies ought to throw the dolls away into the river waters, which symbolized their initiation into the adult woman's life. While in ancient Egypt, dolls were made with no legs, as it was believed that they had soul and spirit and might have run away and left their master. The native inhabitants of Northern America believed that each person ought to have a special symbolic doll or an animal guard, which protected the soul of a human. Each Native American, since his childhood, chose his personal guard. Some of the dolls were regarded as house guards or water guides. It's interesting to note that first dolls were made with no face until the 17th century, as according to the ancient legend, they used to leave a corn girl doll among Native Americans, and she had a very pretty face, and she was quite proud of it. So she was spending all her precious lifetime staring at herself in river waters. Then the Great Spirit took away her face, but she wouldn't have spent her life for nothing any longer. And Japanese doll, Daruma, symbolizes courage and strong spirit. As it's a falling down and standing up doll, Japanese people usually say about real men. He falls down 7 times but stands up 8 and never gives up like Daruma. The legend says that you can ask Daruma to help your sacred dream come into reality. For that, you just need to ask the doll and to paint your eye. If it happens, then you need to color the other eye of the doll. Otherwise, Daruma might get offended. Another traditional Japanese doll is Kakesi, Belarusian twin sister of which is Matryoshka, which is in my hands now. Traditionally, it may host over 50 piece units inside.
A master begins the whole production process from the smallest one.
It's interesting to note that Belarusian, Russian and Ukrainian dolls tradition has a common origin, as initially there were over 10 dolls in Belarusian houses. Each of them had specific, symbolic, supernatural responsibilities, like protect the house of disasters, to save the crops and enrich the harvest, to play with kids while parents are at work. The dolls were made at first with no face by female family members, as it was believed by slave people that a doll's face may attract death. A 10-hand doll symbolizes woman's power and her numerous responsibilities, as it also does her Indian twin sister. In Belarus, traditionally, these dolls were gifted to brides to empower them with good luck and a bit of magic in their future family life. A crop doll, or krupinichka, used to live in Belarusian houses to enlarge the house. It contains crops inside. A bird doll, which symbolizes the human soul. It used to hang above the cradle and protect an infant from any devil. Ancient Belarusians used to cover and prop their infants with clothes in a specific way. Each region had its unique way of wrapping, which was demonstrated on a doll. Such dolls used to live in a cradle and protect an infant from the devil.
Besides all mentioned above, the Childhood Museum will secretly tell you what Japanese Hinamatsuri holiday is, why all emperor's dolls are set at the Red Staircase, what Chinese and Indonesian shadow theater wayang is, what remedy African puppetry masters developed against female infertility, and many other interesting stories.
And now, I invite you to the UCSR room, where the dolls of Soviet times are collected. They are not produced any longer, and some of them were even bought out from private collections.
Here are the famous Soviet cartoons heroes: Cheburashka, Jean Magic Lamp, the cat with magic boots, Soviet Pinocchio, whose name is Buratina, and many others.
And now I'm going to make my sacred wish under the magic arc and then step into the magic room. Yep! I hope my wish will come true. Let's go!
Here you can play with Cinderella, Rapunzel, the Frog Prince, the Oz land inhabitants, Winnie the Pooh, Mr. Paddington, the nanny Mary Poppins, Alice from the Wonderland, Peter Pan, and many others. Besides that, you can chase your luck and play magic chess with Harry Potter. And this exquisite boudoir is inhabited by the Sisters of London Childhood Museum that date back to the 17th century. Besides that, here are refined porcelain ladies from Germany and France, including the first European fashion models named Pandora.
And now, I kindly invite you to the secret attic, where I'm going to make my own doll guard. Come on in.
Besides that, the attic will welcome you with magic rings and keys, magic speed boots, the mermaid's aerial voice, the Aladdin's lamp, magic books, crystal magic ball, the sweets of courage, Bob's magic beans, the magic spinner of the Sleeping Beauty, the witch's broom, and many other intriguing and just vitally important in the childhood magic gadgets.
Hey, we've done it! This is Mrs. Peckenbach, and this is, let me introduce to you my new dog guard, my new friend. His name is Yutimi.
If you like to take a piece of Belarusian Childhood Museum with you, you can visit the local souvenirs pharmacy, where the prices for a memory remedy start up from just $1.
And now I'm going to leave the museum, and at last the wish from the magic hat. Dun, 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 dun. Dear friends and its wishes, never ever forget and leave neglected that wonderful creature which still lives inside your inner child, who supports you, your heart and your soul, whatever way you choose. It was Kseniya Margunskaya. Welcome to Minsk and Belarus.